What is up, guys? Dakota here, and yes, you read the title correctly. The Bronco is broken. Sort of. Let me explain. Look at that, wouldn't you know it, needs gas. Alright, so real quick, before we get into it, did you guys see the new, I'm sure most of you guys did, but the new Toyota Tacoma? I'm actually really impressed by that, which is odd because usually, I've always liked the way Tacomas look. Exterior, they've always looked awesome, but I've always been kind of like a downer on them just because they've always been archaic in every single way possible. Powertrain, interior design and tech, drum brakes in the rear, like, and everyone's always go-to argument, I know I'm gonna get some hate for this, is, but they're reliable. Like, bro, it's been the same thing for 20 years. It should be. Anyways, but the new Tacoma is awesome. They honestly blew my expectations out of the water with that thing. They finally give it some off-road tires from the factory, not some glorified all-season. Larger tires, 33s, sway bar disconnect on the TRD Pro and the Trail Hunter models. Finally a modern powertrain which has plenty of power and torque. Awesome suspension. The interior looks awesome. So yeah, that thing's pretty sick. So which would you guys choose? Ranger Raptor, TRD Pro Tacoma, or a Colorado ZR2, the new one? Out of those three, like mid-sized trucks, which would you guys actually spend your own money on? Not if you were given one, what would you actually spend your money on? Anyways, now let's get to the Bronco. All right, the Bronco, here it is. Now, some of you guys, again, are probably wondering, like, what do you mean it's broken? It's not broken as in, like, you can't drive it. There are just a few little things that are wrong with it that I need to address that haven't even happened from me off-roading it. Because obviously, if you're familiar with my channel, I've taken this thing quite a few places. So let's just start with the top here. Obviously, there's this guy, which I need to get fixed. That literally just happened when I lifted the hood up. The hood somehow got underneath that and lifted it up, and now it's just kind of like permanently bent. So I need to get that looked at and addressed, just because, again, as you guys can see, it's just permanently bent there. No matter how many times I sit here and try to push it down, it just doesn't want to stay that way. So I have to get a new piece, which that should be relatively easy. We'll see. Other thing it's messed up, headlight. It's got little scratches on it that should buff out pretty easily. It was just from my gate. I just parked too close and the gate kind of smacked it. Also, look at that little Bronco guy right there. So again, not a huge deal, should buff out, but just something that I need to fix because it's been driving me nuts and I haven't done it yet. And then last but not least, as I've shown some of you guys before, which I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on this, but we got a random hailstorm, probably about, I don't know, 2-3 months ago, maybe. And there's lots of just little bitty dimples all across this hood. And I need to get that addressed. I don't know if you guys can see, there's one right there. But I need to get that addressed just because, again, it drives me nuts. And eventually, this will be going to a different spot. Obviously, I've mentioned that before in a previous video where I did kind of like a garage update, that this is not necessarily a permanent, always keeping it forever vehicle in my garage. So I got to get all those things fixed before I decide to actually let it go. And no, don't worry, that doesn't mean that there's never going to be any more Broncos or Ford stuff going on. It just means that I'm just going to be moving on from this particular thing to the next thing. I already have 1 or 2 vehicles on order that would be kind of coming in to swoop in after this. But again, not going to be happening next week or even necessarily the week after or anything like that. Might not even be this month or next month. It's just, but before I do decide to sell it, those things do have to get taken care of. Because I mean, honestly, guys, I've had a great time with this thing, but there's really not much I can do except for modifying it. Which, again, if you see my channel, you guys know that I've taken it off road and it's had 0 issues with anything that I've put it through. And modifying it would only be me doing that just for the sake of doing it, not because I desperately need it to do that for the trails that I hit. And just being honest, spending 5 to 10 grand on mods for videos that would get like $6 makes 0 sense. But yeah, guys, like I said, just wanted to kind of let you guys in on, what was wrong with the Bronco. Again, minor stuff, nothing huge. And I'll probably be reinstalling the rear seats here fairly soon, just to kind of, again, get it ready. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the little video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.